If it's not clear to you yet that Donald Trump and a small faction of military command in the United States have formed a worldwide alliance with other power players in our realm, such as Russia, Saudi Arabia, China, amongst others, then you haven't been watching. You haven't been listening. Donald Trump right now is at the head of the largest covert operation to take down a group of people that have corrupted our society for as long as any of us could remember. They've corrupted us through our economy. They've devalued our currency. They've stolen money from us through taxes, only to lend it back to us with interest through their central banking system. They have suppressed technology from us that would allow us to live healthier and longer lives. They have created division amongst us through race, through sexuality, through religious beliefs. They've pitted humanity against humanity. It's what's happening behind the scenes that no one knows about. That's what's the most important thing right now. Nasera, more importantly, just Sarah, is real. That's coming. Medbed technology, that's real. That's been around for a very long time. That's coming. And whoever says it's not, they're lying to you. And we just lived through the hard part. Now, between now and the next 3, 4, 5 months, it's our turn. That we all were being told to put in our body. $1 trillion worth of advertising. The contents of that were actually in place many years ago. It's not something that is a programmable type. You could program, but I didn't know how deep it went. And this is going to sound a little over the top, and this is going to sound a little sci-fi, but it's not. Was meant to be programmed by the 5G network. Through the 5G network, sound waves were going to communicate with the messenger RNA that was in our bodies. And we would have been programmable as humans. We could have been told what to do and when to do it. They didn't want to roll this out until they had complete control over the political systems of the world. This is not something that they were just going to go right to. This was the end game plan. Mind control. Now, I talked in past live streams about the 5G negative effects being decimated by the White Hats. And that is true. They did that. But that was the plan. The plan was get the networks in place, the 5G networks in place around the world, around the country. And then you control all of mankind. Now, let me tell you who had a hand in that. That plan was thwarted. The 5G networks were de-weaponized. I guess now is a good time to get to the intel portion of tonight's broadcast. I just so happened to go to DuckDuckGo and I typed in conspiracy theories surrounding the topic that we're going to talk about tonight. So here's what it says. This is from Wikipedia. Big Pharma conspiracy theories. Big Pharma conspiracy theories are conspiracy theories which claim that the medical community in general, and pharmaceutical companies in particular, especially large corporations, operate for sinister purposes and against the public good, that they conceal effective treatments, or even cause and worsen a wide range of diseases for the purpose of profitability or other nefarious reasons. That sounds pretty damn accurate, right? Let me tell you something. You are about to see Big Pharma get ripped down. Every single one of them. Do you know why? Because they were all complicit in the production of the COVID-19 vaccine. And the COVID-19 vaccine will be proven to be a deadly Not in the sense that you're thinking of it. Well, yeah, Phil, we know it's deadly. You put it in your body and then you have a heart attack, organ failure, blah, 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 da, 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 da. But that alone is not enough to tear down Big Pharma from the inside. What if the vaccine that was developed by the Big Pharma companies, what if that could somehow be activated or programmed by the 5G network? If Big Pharma created a vaccine and put $1 trillion into advertising, knowing, now this is the key, knowing that vaccine could be programmed by a remote tower out in our neighborhood to make the host do pretty much whatever they wanted. There had to have been some sort of communication between Big Pharma, the 5G companies. Would that be like Verizon? And there had to have been some sort of coordination with the 5G makers. How do you rip down an industry that has that much money and that much power? Keep in mind, these companies control the world. So how do you rip them down so that they're no more? You allow them to continue with the plan and you catch them in the act while they're doing it. And then poof! No more Big Pharma. No more Verizon. No more anyone that had anything to do with 5G, which, by the way, anyone that had anything to do with 5G is also owned by the... How do you get rid of their stronghold once and for all? You catch them. You catch them in the act. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been told by my source that Big Pharma, once and for all, is about to go down in flames. The reason that they're going down, and not because it kills people, because that's bad enough. Of course, we all know it killed many people. We've talked about that many times. But it goes way more than that. This was all about controlling us. And oh, by the way, while we're on the same topic, you remember those vaccine mandates? You had to have the vaccine or you can't work here. I wonder if the people that voted, I wonder if they knew about this 5G thing. Do you think they knew? Because if they did, I think they would be complicit in not only treason, but crimes against humanity. So who knew? And how could we prove that they knew it? Well, there's always PRISM. Maybe we could just listen to their phone calls. Maybe we could just read their emails. Maybe we could just read their texts. Maybe we could just activate the camera on their Samsung device. So these people that were heavily involved with Big Pharma and the major communication companies of the United States and of the world communicated with, at the very least, governments of the world, and inside the United States in particular, the Biden administration. They tried to control the minds and the actions of humans activated by the nation's largest, you hear the commercials, the nation's largest 5G network. What did they know? Who knew it? Who goes down for that? They all do. One by one by one. They will all fall. But I want you to know something. This is real. This is how close we were to losing everything. Donald Trump is systematically destroying that has been in operation for decades. Man, I can only hope that I get to meet the individuals that came up with this plan. I want to someday be in a room with the people who said, okay, here's how we're going to get Big Pharma. Here's how we're going to get big tech. Here's how we're going to get the media. Here's how we're going to get the politicians. Here's what we're going to do for the rest of the world. Who put this plan in place? Because it's just brilliant. I hope you guys are ready for the next 4 months. I want to close out tonight by saying this. If, for some reason, it goes dark, the lights go out, don't be afraid. We're in control.
That is the best has to be covered.
Job, tell us what have you found?
Basically, I've noticed all of these random Bluetooth signals popping up around my house, around the place that I work, and because I'm very sensitive to radiation, I have some of the best technology in the world and scanners to look at. Great. Well, I know there's a couple of fresh graves around here right now. Again, with the graves, you need to be within about 10 feet if you want to pick up a signal.
What he's saying is, he believes are transmitting even after they pass. So what is being put in the bloodstream is not just, it is something that's very dark, very sinister. Hence, none of the old graves transmitting and fresh graves, and in fact, people walking around transmitting.
So right here, I just picked up two. So you can actually see, there's two unknown devices that just popped up when I'm by these new graves.
Sure.
And so these new unknown.
And there's no one.
Well, it's class 2, so we have to be at least 33 feet away from everyone.
Oh, there's nobody within 150 yards.
Mm-hmm. So we're getting two multiple
Maybe
signals
100 yards.
that we didn't have just when we were back at the car, which the car is
Sure.
about a football field away. But yet here we are around some fresh graves, and we have two brand new unknown transmissions that are happening from here. So
We're going to keep walking, see if
world or what it is, but there is an unknown source of Bluetooth signals that are coming that they're unidentifiable, and they're very low frequency Bluetooth. So where is the frequency coming from?
they seem to be coming from people and dead people. People on top, people below.
Mm-hmm. So there's there's questions to be asked. So I guess what I would call out to America is especially it would be amazing to have people that are kind of out in the country, we know that we've seen a huge uptake in deaths this past year, especially crazy in Australia. But nobody in America seems to be doing this research. And so go to your graveyards, get your Bluetooth on. There should be no signals at all there, right? Especially unknown signals. And then walk around and see if you start to pick up frequencies and Bluetooth, and then start asking questions. We got to find somebody that has an answer to what these unknown networks are, because I've never seen them before. And I've worked, I've worked like 15 years in telecommunications and understanding Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and fiber optics, and I've never seen anything like this before. And every network that's created should have a name to it. So the fact that there's no labels and there's no names means something's fishy, right? If somebody has to hide something, then why are they hiding it? So why do we have all these hidden, unknown networks? And I need to know why, and I need help. So if there's people across the country, go to your local graveyard. If you have an iPhone, download the Bluetooth BLE scanner app. If you have a Samsung, then there is a Discover app by a man named Zoltan, Zoltan, or you can go in and look up how to unlock in developer mode, and you can put your phone in developer mode, and that will show all of the hidden networks. And then that will allow us to get more and more data.